Good morning, everyone. Or if you are watching this later, good afternoon or good evening. And thank you for joining the Age of Aquarian Business. What we are going to speak about is these special times that we are living in right now. And what we can do if we feel that, not everybody is in tune with what is happening on the planet. Not everybody is in tune with possibilities for self-healing and for diving deeper and reaching further than what is offered to us in the mainstream paradigm. And if you are here, and if you're watching, you probably are, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So if you feel this and if you know this means that you are in tune with something that is coming and that is already being created by all of us. So thank you for having that attention and for having that awareness and consciousness of knowing that we are the ones that have to make a difference in this world. And that is mostly what we're going to speak about today. So I am Carina Schuil, and again, welcome to this call. I am living in Amsterdam with my family, my partner, and my 3 children. I have been living here for 25 years. And forever, ever since I was a child, I have been interested in what we cannot see, but what I knew was out there. I started investigating these things, I think, when I was a child of 8. Putting my hands on my stomach when I was lying in bed and thinking like, what if I have a tummy ache? Can I heal myself with my hands? And then, of course, thinking right after, no, that's stupid. Why would I be possible to do this? I've been interested in things like reincarnation, the Egyptian pyramids, all things spiritual, like if God did exist, how about eternity? And how that goes in life. At one point, you go to school and you go to study and you start working in the corporate world. And all these things, they end up being in the background. But they were always there. But at one point, about 20 years ago, that got really ignited in me again. And I started to read about everything I could find on the bridge between science and spirituality and human potential. And that is what I'm all about. So at one point I started, I had my own company for 16 years in events and corporate group travel. And I stopped it to become a coach and step more and more into this field of consciousness, helping other people step into their mission and step into their greatest power. And that is how I also got connected with Healy, which we will speak about later. I'm now a conscious business mentor, and I started the RISE community as a pathway of freedom and purpose for many.
Yes, and there is me. Good morning. Thank you, Carina, for this beautiful introduction about you. And you're also going to hear and see me today. My name is Nathalie. I'm also originally from the Netherlands. And for the past 28 years, I've traveled the world with my husband and are now grown-up children. And during that time, I lived for a long time in the Far East, where I started to be interested in all alternative healing methods. I did Reiki, Shota Shihatsu, pranic healing, and in that journey, I discovered a lot about myself, but I also discovered that I am a person that likes to empower other people to take their health and their overall well-being into their own hands. And that's why I became a holistic health coach in 2017. And with tools and tricks and all sorts of things, I'd like to empower people to really go within and really take care of their own and look out there what there is for them to take that empowerment to themselves. And when Healy came along in 2022, which is quite recently for me, I thought, wow, this is a tool. What is exactly where I stand for? And we will explain you later what that is all about. I have 3 children, as I said, and I'm happy to be here. And I hope we can inspire you today to look a bit further than what you see out there today. Thank you.
So what brings you here? We've invited all kinds of people to this call. It might be that we reached out to you as a means of understanding more about the Healy we're going to speak about. It might be that you came here because you heard us speaking about the Age of Aquarian Business, as new opportunities for growth and new opportunities for earning an income. And it might be that you are already in a model that's called network marketing and that you are looking for more conscious, soul-led ways of doing this kind of business. And maybe you think now like, oh, what is that thing she's speaking about now? We will bring it all together. We promise you that. Because there is one particular way that we have embraced, both Natalie and I and our community, as a way of finding this leverage and finding a pathway for ourselves, because we can have all kinds of spiritual ideas and beliefs about what is needed in the world right now. But if there's one thing that will help you find leverage, it's finding a pathway. It is consistent steps every day to lead you towards your goals, your personal goals, your dreams, but also your grander mission, your purpose. So we are going to speak about the shift into the Aquarian age that we are right now. We've just entered it actually in February. We're going to speak about how the Healy fits in. Then we're going to share about this leverage pathway. And also we're going to share about our community. We have some testimonials from some of the team members that could not be here today. So you've heard about the Age of Aquarius, and well, sometimes it can be a bit of a new agey concept. But that's not what this call is about. This is not what the Age of Aquarius in itself is about. It is an age that has been prophesied for centuries by all the indigenous people all over the world. Doesn't matter if they came from America, from Africa, or from Australia, whatever. They've all been prophesying an age. The end of the Kali Yuga, the end of the times when people suffer. That there will be a new beginning brought in by people, by the rainbow warriors. People that foresaw a time when love would overcome fear and hate, when we would be rewired for more potential as human beings, when we would be able to tap into all that is available to us. I've always wondered as a child already, like, why do we only use like a certain percentage of our brains? There's so much more potential in us. The Age of Aquarius is a time when new technologies will be brought in. And most of these new technologies are actually more like a rewriting of old coding, of old ancient healing modalities, but then be brought in as new technology for today. Age of Aquarius is a time when communication between people becomes more important, when we choose self-expression, when we choose holistic ways of being, when we choose oneness over egocentrism. And I believe now that this time is here, it offers us a huge potential, a huge portal for change. And if we want to step into that, we can embrace all these beautiful values of that time and replace these old systems that do not serve us anymore. So when we look at work, for example, and what we do for a living, we come from an age when there's so much stress and hardship. And how many of us have been brought up by the belief that we have to work hard to earn money? But what if that can be replaced by purpose, by really tapping into what your heart is telling you and choose this purpose. Choose to live in alignment so things go more from flow. And if you already have taken your steps in this field, you can feel that in yourself, that once you choose this alignment, things flow much more easily. We come from a time when there's so much scarcity thinking in the world, and still a lot of people in the world are still in scarcity. They are still in poverty. But I know the solutions to these kind of situations are already there. You know that if 1% of the 1% of the richest on the planet would hand that 1% of their money over, we would have no hunger in the world. There would be no poverty. So the solutions are already there. And it's not something we can do something about because it's the leadership on the planet, right? But we can choose for our own lives to make this choice, to change that for ourselves and for our families, and to be this guiding example for others to follow in our footsteps, to choose abundance over scarcity. Work our ways through whatever limiting beliefs we still hold about money and about scarcity and about what is possible for us. And to really choose to have this abundant mindset more and more and more. We can choose to step out of this competition. And I see it specifically, and I've worked in the corporate world for many years, and I've seen it mostly under women. I don't know if you recognize this, but this competition of needing to burn another woman down in order for you to shine. This is old. This is not needed anymore. We can choose to grow together. And when we cheer up others, you know, they rise and we rise together. That is actually why I called my community Rise. We rise up together. And we can replace all these fear-based structures with values of trust and love. We don't need diplomas anymore. Of course, it's good to learn a profession, but how many people have, you know, stepped into a career path that either their parents chose or they felt they had to do it, but they ended up being like miserable because they didn't follow their authentic desire, they didn't follow their authentic blueprint. And what if everybody in this world can thrive, even the ones that didn't have a specific form of education, but do know in their hearts what is important? So if we follow our heart will guide us in a direction that we know this is what I have to bring in this world. And that is what the Age of Aquarius is all about. And just following your heart and knowing what your purpose is won't bring you to having this kind of impact in the world. We need a structure for that, and we need a pathway for that. So now is also the time that many people are dissatisfied with the status quo of the planet. Many people are looking for alternatives to the time for money structures. They're either unhappy in their corporate jobs or they'd like something on the side to help them with raise more impact, make the world a better place. And we can see that there's, especially over the past 4 years, there's been such a rise in mental health issues and trauma. I have a bioresonance therapist, and she used to treat people in their 30s for burnouts. And she already said, like 8 years ago, she said, I see more and more people in their early 20s. They've only just started their corporate careers, and they've already experienced burnout problems. And you know why that is. The younger generations are much more in tune with this change on the planet. They can feel it at a much more energetic level. Even if their corporate upbringing and their training in schools doesn't allow them to know what it is, they can feel it in themselves and they can feel the misalignment, which makes them ill. So many, many more people are looking for alternatives, for health, for well-being. How many people do you know? I'm sorry. How many people do you know that have an illness and have been walking around with that illness and are being sent from doctor to doctor, from therapist to therapist, but they just don't heal because they get medicine? And medicine is not created to make us better. Medicine is created to keep us sick. And if you heal from one ailment, it will bring you the next ailment. Yeah, so it's the whole system that is corrupt. And many more people are starting to see this and are looking for ways to tap more into this holistic way of being, of natural healing, of stimulating the self-healing properties of the body. And many, many more are looking for meaning and for community. How many people do you know, and maybe it's you, that have been working as a therapist or a coach all alone all these years? You know, day by day, finding your own inspiration, day by day, being your own mental and emotional support. And how many are tired of that and just would love to find like-minded people that are not into this competition mode, but that are really supportive and wanting to help each other thrive? And we can all feel this because of this alignment with the Age of Aquarius. And if you can feel this also in yourself, knowing that we have tools in our hands, knowing that the tools are needed to help humanity shift, know that we find ourselves on this rainbow bridge, like the indigenous Americans spoke about in their prophecies. We have the old world and we have the new world. The old world with all the suffering, all the poverty, the limiting beliefs, the limited thinking. And we have this new earth at the same time. It's not a physical place we move to. It's another dimension. It's already here. For those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, it is already here right now. And we can just choose to go there, be there, live there. And it really helps if you have a purpose and a mission to help other people to already step into it and just start living it. Start being this living example, because we are the ones we have been waiting for. It's not like some kind of God or some kind of like savior that will come to rescue us. We are the ones rescuing ourselves and then being this guiding example for the rest of humanity to follow. And Marianne Williamson said it so beautiful, that if we let our light shine and we choose to do this, and she also said that letting our light shine is actually more fearful to us than staying small. Because you know what happens once you shine your light, there's people that are not going to like it, right? And we have a saying in the Netherlands that, you know, huge trees, they catch a lot of wind. Because people want you to stay small. Because if you shine your light, other people can be offended because they see what is darkness in themselves. But there's much more to be gained by letting our light shine, because people that are ready will see it, and you will give them permission to start shining themselves too. Yeah, so if we liberate ourselves from our fears, it helps others actually liberating themselves. So the Age of Aquarian Business is all about raising your impact. Yeah, so you can help others help themselves. It is about finding time freedom, stepping out of these systems. It doesn't matter. Maybe you love your corporate job, or maybe you're a doctor and you love doing that, but also finding ways of working less hard, stepping more and more into this place of alignment and flow and purpose. Making yourself free a bit more, so you don't need to work so hard that you don't have time for your hobbies or your family. And that all comes with finding a leveraged income, whether that's a full-time income, whether that's an income on the side that gives you more freedom also to do the things that you love. Maybe you'd like to travel and you'd like to earn a sustainable income to make you realize that. And it's also about this alignment with this like-minded tribe. So for a moment, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive to really feel all these elements within ourselves. And if you like, you may close your eyes. And if you don't, that's totally fine. But let's feel in ourselves how this is if we have all these things in place. And if we can find nourishment into our lives, where we know that we are on our path, where we are being nourished emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, physically, mentally, and financially. And maybe you can start to feel in your body how you would feel if all that was in place. If you knew that you never ever had to make any decision based on money again, how would that feel in your body? The sheer utter freedom of just doing what you love, pursuing your dreams, your passions, not worrying about the next month, maybe even the next day. And you could choose anything and everything for yourself to nourish yourself, to take all the personal development and beautiful courses and maybe training to become a healer or training to become a painter, whatever you desire. Go on beautiful retreats. Maybe that's it for you. To nourish yourself and your family with like good quality food that you don't have to think about whether you can afford to buy organic produce for yourself and your family. To be nourished by a community of like-minded people that support you, that you don't need to tiptoe around because you're not afraid how they will respond if you speak about what is on your heart. But they would embrace everything you're saying and everything you're feeling, and they can recognize your wounds because they've been there too. And they cheer you on because they can see the light in you. They can see your greatness. And if you don't and you feel low, they are the ones to remind you of your purpose and how big you are. And what if you get to co-create with people like that, that are also on a mission to bring change, and you can speak freely about all these interests you have that maybe to some other people might sound weird, like frequency or energy or the quantum field, healing. About these times when there's so much uproar and so much change, and so many people around that still not can see it and think you are crazy. But you have this community that is on your side and that sees the world the way you do. How would that be for you? How would it be for you if you can nourish your body to heal, to release stress and limiting beliefs and other things that do not support you anymore? If you can heal your nervous system and relax, maybe for the first time in your life. If you are nourished with cutting edge information, science, consciousness concepts that enlarge your capacity of belief in what humans can achieve, what you can achieve. And you know, we are usually a reflection of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And what if you could surround yourself more and more with people that believe in these kinds of concepts and that know and that have this wisdom and that embrace your wisdom? How will that be for you? So, and when we come back to the space, slowly, slowly, Natalie is going to explain to you how the Healy fits into all of this. As a device, and the workings of it, but also how you can use that Healy to guide you on your pathway.
Thank you, Karina, for this beautiful journey. Now let's all take a deep breath in. And here in front of you, you see the device, which you probably all have heard about, which is called the Healy. And I would like to introduce you to the Healy today. But before we do that, I need to go to tell you a little bit about the human body. Can I have the next slide, please?
You can just click to the right side.
Can I?
Your co-host.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I do it.
Okay, this one. The human body consists of 9 systems. And what actually are those systems? Those systems are the top level are tissues and our organs. And those tissues and organs are comprised of cells. Trillions and trillions of cells are living and communicating together. Some feel really good, some feel not good, but eventually the goal for them is to create harmony and to function optimally. And those cells are made up of molecules. And the molecules, in their part, are made up of atoms. And in the last few decades, scientists have discovered that the atoms are made up of subatomic particles. Very interesting. And when you look under a microscope, the subatomic particles are all made up of energy, frequency, and vibration. So that means that 99.99% of our bodies are made up of frequency, energy, and vibration. Think about that. Let that go in. So that actually means that we are energy, frequency, and vibration. And it is vital for our life to understand these ideas, to learn how to work with frequency and energy and vibration. So our overall well-being, comprising of our health, our wealth, and our vitality, can function optimally. But also so that our consciousness can reach a higher level, the level that Karina was just talking about, a level of peace, of harmony, of love in all areas of our lives. And that is where the Healy comes in. The Healy, as you can see, is this 5 by 5 centimeter quantum device, as I call it. And it's a very special device which is developed in Germany by a quantum physicist called Marcus Healy. And he wanted to...
Smieke, Marcus Smieke.
The world... What did I say?
Marcus Healy.
Oh,
it's Marcus Smieke.
Marcus Healy, Marcus Smieke, I'm sorry. To make that bridge between quantum physics and spirituality. And inside this, and this is the only one in the world, there is a quantum sensor. Could you go back to the previous slide, please, Carina?
Yes, you can just click on the right or the left side and then click.
Okay, yeah. And what does this little machine do? It scans your bioenergetic field, your aura system, because we all, as I just explained, are comprised of energy. And this quantum sensor analyzes your bioenergetic fields. It sees where there are imbalances, and with the connection to over 10 million frequencies that are connected to via your smartphone to the cloud, there are all different programs and all different frequencies. It scans them to your body, and then it shows exactly where there are imbalances. And then it delivers specific frequencies to the body to bring the body back into balance. So it's a give and take. It's a circle. It's like they send frequencies and you receive frequencies. And it's a real-time way of doing that. It's like a radio. You know, in the old days, and if some of you still have a radio, you turn the knob and you turn it until the frequency is in balance. Well, that's exactly what the Healy does with your body. And how beautiful that we, with all the technology that this age is bringing us, can bring ourselves into balance ourselves and learn that the frequency is the language that can communicate through all barriers, through this body, through your organs, through your mental limitations. Because the Healy doesn't only work on physical, it also works on mental, on emotional, and your spiritual realm. So all aspects of your life are being lifted up to a higher level. I think the next slide. The ways to use Healy. As I showed you, there is this machine, and we have the first one is that the microcurrents are via a wristband. When you attach them to the Healy, sent into your cells. You can also scan your body or somebody else's body on a distance and send them frequencies. Remember, if all is energy, like a telephone call that you make to the other side of the world, you can also send frequencies to somebody else on the world. And then we have the coil, which is attached to the Healy, which looks like this. You see it on the third one, which sends scalar waves to your bioenergetic fields. And then we also have the Mag Healy, which uses magnetic field for your environment. So there are a lot of options for us to increase our level of well-being. And why, you probably ask, would we, Carina and I, have chosen this company? Because there's a lot of companies out there that have different devices, and it's also because we look at our own vision. And if I look at my vision when I looked at Healy, it was very similar, to empower people to live a healthy and fulfilled life, and to inspire a growing community, and to have a positive impact on humanity. So it's not only about us, but it's also about other people. And with that, the mission is to create revolutionary products to empower other people to thrive and live a life of freedom and passion and joy. And it all starts with ourselves. So we deliver frequencies to ourselves and to others to install this beautiful mission.
Yeah, and when I stepped into Healy, I really looked at what Marcus Smeeker was doing. Marcus Smeeker, the German physicist that invented Healy, he is always been into consciousness, but not only from the scientific level. He lived in a monastery with the monks for years to also understand consciousness. And physics from that way. So he was really diving deep into what consciousness is. And he is the maker of the time waver machines, which are the big machines for biofrequencies, bioresonance frequencies. I used to know that. When I didn't have my own Yili, I went to a therapist that had one of these big machines like this. I was actually interested in having one because I was so fascinated by it. But Marcus Meeker is also a maker of these machines. But he had a grander vision. He didn't want people to need to go to therapists. He wanted everybody to be able to tap into frequencies themselves. So when he first invented Healy, a small device that everybody can buy, that everybody can bring along, he said, I want to help 200,000 families in the world. That is my mission. And then quickly he changed that already to, no, this is going really fast, 500,000 families. And then he just skipped it all together and he said, no, I want the whole world to have access to these healing frequencies for themselves, their families, their pets, their clients, whoever. So I really resonated with that mission to bring it worldwide and for it to be brought into the world by other people having a mission of themselves. And Healy is a transformational tool, and you've heard now a little bit about it. And if you want to know more about it, you can always go back to the person that invited you to this call, and they'll happily show you that we have over 150 programs to support people. And it's not only programs for health and well-being, it's also programs that really up your frequency, that really help you tap into your consciousness, that really help you tap into your limiting beliefs, your processes, like what is really keeping you back in your life. That's how I use the Healy in my work as a coach, to give people insight in a matter of minutes what has been ailing them, maybe for their whole life. And they think they're over it. They think this is something of my past. I've already worked through. It doesn't really bother me anymore. But if it's still there in energy, it keeps on blocking you. And I'm all about helping people unblock what is keeping them back so they can step into that greatness. And Healy on all the levels, physical, spiritual, emotional, can help people transform their lives. And if you then add it up to the system to also earn an extra income with the Healy, which Natalie will explain in a moment, you will also see that it will help people transform their lives in breaking free from this 9-to-5 paradigm, from this time for money paradigm, from this poverty consciousness, and tap more into abundance.
Yes, and then we're going to talk about the leveraged pathway. Healy is not sold in the normal traditional way, which means that it can be bought in a shop so that the company that has developed it can earn all the money. No, one of the visions was also to create wealth through the people. And you probably all have heard of network marketing. We rather call it social sharing, because we think that Healy is a gift that we should share with the world to upgrade our consciousness and our health and well-being. And the plan, the payout plan is 11 ways to get, there are 11 ways to get paid. So that's compared to a lot of other companies, one of the best compensations plans out there. And I know that because I've talked a lot with other people from other network marketing companies who, by the way, also often transfer to the Healy. But when you start by selling the Healy, there are actually 4 basic ways that we first have to embody and to get results with, for that we get the other 7 ways to be paid. And you can, as a new customer, get paid if you sell a Healy between, that's a little mistake I made, between 20 and 40% commission on each Healy that you sell. And when you build a team, you get between 8 and 15% of their total sales made in that group. And you can help a team 10 levels deep. So if you look at a diagram that you also see in organizations with little teams underneath, which I'll just show you just now, you can see what I mean. But then there's a very important thing, because people often ask, how much is it? And oh, it's a lot of money, or it's not a lot of money, and how can I earn that back? So the company has also given you the possibility within the first 3 months to earn your money, what you invested in for getting a Healy, totally back. And you can see here that is so-called fast start cash bonus. And as you can see, there are a lot of editions, and the editions differ in what kind of frequency programs are on there. And since the 1st of February, they would like to promote the building of teams. So they've said, okay, no matter which edition you sell, you get 50 euros for each edition you sell. That's the second column you see there. And weekly, from each edition you sell, you get 20% bonus. They pay out pretty quickly, so you don't have to wait months for your salary, if you can call it that, for your payout. So here you can see how you, when you sell one of those editions, how quickly you can earn some money. Then they have got another part of the fast start bonus, which is you and 3 cash bonus, it's called. So say, for instance, today you buy a Healy and you're very enthusiastic, and it doesn't matter which edition you buy, you sell another 3. It doesn't have to be a resonance, it can be any edition. Then you get an additional 300 euros cash bonus. And that's not all. You can do this in 3 months' time. There's another bonus that they have introduced, which is called the DEM and 3 cash bonus. So as social sharing, multi-level marketing, as it's called, is all about duplication system, you can sell, say, to the person that bought a Healy to you, to do exactly the same as you have done. And then if they sell Healys, or they build a team, because I'd rather talk about building teams as we are on another mission, you get another 1,000 euros cash, and you get a free Healy Resonance Edition. So what happens in those first 3 months, here you see that is the idea. You build teams and you can get $1,000, 300 extra. You get your percentages on all the devices that you sell, and then you get a free Healy Resonance. So within the first 3 months, you can become a team leader pretty quickly, and it's not very difficult. Lots of us have done it, and here you're on your way to create leveraged income. And if you find it very difficult because it's new to you, then the person that has invited you can guide you through this system. And as it is all by duplication, we help you to do this. You don't have to do it alone. And that's the part of the community that I love. Everything is there. We guide you. I'm being guided. I guide other people. And that's how it goes. And in the future, you will guide other people. So this is a little bit the compensation plan.
And you can see how it is all about helping other people. It's not like you sell something to somebody. No, you help them with new possibilities. So they have a device too, so they can start healing their own bodies. They can start supporting their own families. They can start building their own business. So it's not like I sell something and then I move onwards. No, you actually, when you share a healing with somebody else, you have an obligation. And that is what I love about this business model. You have an obligation to help that person, to help them grow, to help them evolve, to help them also rise up. And because you get paid by it, it makes it all the more like a win-win situation, because if you help them set up their business, they win, but you also win because they get paid and you get paid. So it's not like if you get paid because the other people get paid, it's they earn less. No, you all earn this income. Like when you have traditional business models, all this money is being used for sales, for marketing, for distributors, for retail marketing, for bringing products from a factory to retailers, and then again being transported to the shops and then being transported to you. Whereas in this model, all of that money goes back to the persons that share a product they love and that they feel is a transformation for humanity with others. And let me ask you one thing, like, where can you start? Where else can you start a business for as little as 500 euro or US dollar? Because that is the simplest model of the healing. And with your purchase, you have this business at your feet. And when you buy it through one of us that invited you here, we'll also welcome you in our own community called Rise. Because Healy, the company, has a beautiful platform. You have a back office where you can find all kinds of information, beautiful trainings, but they're mostly aimed at the product itself, also about doing the business. But what is so special about our community that we really embrace this more holistic way of doing business, this soul-led way of doing business. And that is what makes us different. We really choose this high frequency pathway. Oh, sorry, I want to show something else and then I go back here. Yes, what our community is about is to help you thrive, but also the mindset trainings. We have several trainings every week. One is more like a mindset training, helping you break free from limitations and patterns, stepping into your role as a new earth leader. We work with modalities like human design to help you work and live according to your unique blueprint, fully stepping into your authenticity, fully doing the business in a way that nourishes you as a person and that allows you to be you in whatever you do. We share, and I do trainings a lot about intuitive business, about the energetics of business. We do a lot of like clearings and activations to help you shed everything that is keeping you back from believing in yourself and to stepping up in this role as a new earth leader. And we do activations to activate your DNA, to activate your being, to really catapult you into your mission and your purpose. So you'll leave energized and you know how to do this business again. But who else can better share about what we are all about than our own members? Natalie, you want to take it from here?
Yes, I would first like to ask somebody that's live here, Simona.
And why I bought a Healy? Well, it was for me a way of healing myself.
Sorry, the video started without me realizing what it was. I will.
Let's first hear from Simona.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Simona, for sharing what's... share, please. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations for both of you. I loved your energy, so peaceful and settled. And yeah, I really enjoyed. And if I didn't have a Healy, I would bought one for sure. And I was listening. I resonated with everything that you said because I'm living it. All about community, all about taking care of my energy, of everyone around me, supporting the ones that have a Healy and they want to grow, and I can help with that. Every single thing that you said, I discovered through Healy. And yeah, for me, I have it since 5 months, and it's changed my whole life at so many levels. And I'm really living a different life. And I thought I wasn't bad because I'm a practitioner and alternative therapist. And I thought I was doing well. Well, until Healy came and just raise everything and show me life at a different level. And this means health, money, because yeah, it brought me this as well. Community, leaders. Thank you, Karina, for being here, because it brought me people around me. I am a leader, so it was great to find leaders likewise, like-minded, like energy, and they supported me through my way, my journey with Healy. And now I can do more for everyone, for my community, for my people, with this magic instrument it is for me, because it works at very profound levels. So you cannot hide from it. If you get it, then it means that you will gonna work with yourself at the core of everything. And yeah, this changes your whole life. So I am really honored to be here. I am blessed to have this instrument. I am blessed to have you all around me and near me and supporting me. And everything I receive through you, I pass it on. And yeah, may it be for everyone that chooses Healy. And choose not Healy, but this instrument that for me, divine flows through it. And it is from the divinity. So if you let it pour what it has through your field, your body, your heart, it will change your whole life. So yeah, it is a lot.
Thank you so much, Simona. I get goosebumps from all that you shared with us. It comes
Love
from
you.
your heart. You can tell. And let's continue all together on this beautiful journey and hope that we touch and change many more souls on this earth. Thank you,
Yeah.
Simona.
Thank you.
The next one is sent in to us by Janneke from Mexico, who's still sleeping.
Since I'm not there, like it's in the middle of the night in Mexico, I was asked to make a video. And why I bought a Healy? Well, it was for me a way of healing myself and others. And I really love that because I am a healer, an energetic healer. I really love healing myself and frequencies on myself. And I just feel it. And also saw it as a beautiful opportunity to make money with it in several ways, like by giving the healings, like the Healy things, like on a distance for people, but also sharing my links so others also buy it. So there's like different possibilities of making money with it as well. And I'll just love it. I'll just love it. Like sometimes like my partner and me were like, who's gonna use the Healy now? Like, I need it. It's funny. It's like we both use it. I love the care program because it really, like, if I'm like depleted, it like energizes me again, but also I feel much better after. I love the being program, just like you feel good with it. And there's like I also just love the pain program, because sometimes it's like, especially when the weather changes, like you have pains in your neck or your shoulders or something, you put the patches on, you put the frequencies on, just like 20 minutes, and day after it's much less. So I really like it for all different ways. And yeah, for like I have the Resonance Plus, so I do like frequencies on a distance as well. And I already had like lots of people from distances. Like I come from Holland, lived in Spain, now in Mexico. I have people from all over the world, like from Holland, from America, from Portugal. And I just like, I love that I can help them wherever. And people really feel a difference after I gave the frequencies to them. And also the diagnoses are so spot on. It's like a mirror, like for yourself, like just a diagnose alone, you know, like have like what you maybe need to change. But then with the frequencies, like you feel like almost the things that you were like before, like bothering you, it's like harmonizes. And then it's like those things are not there anymore. Like there's like other things to focus on, but it's like you shed so much and in such a deep way and a short way. And I love I love the coaching module, and I love the aura analysis, but I also love the crystal frequencies, the Alaskan gem.
Yeah, he was cut off, unfortunately. But speaking about the Alaskan gems that Janneke just explained, as a gift to you, I have been running for the past 45 minutes. I have been running a scan for the group, because you can create a collective scan. And seeing what shows up in the Alaskan gem elixirs shows what is there in our collective consciousness and spirituality, like spiritual processes that can benefit from the frequencies from crystals, because they too have a frequency. So if you would like to know, ask the person that invited you here. I will share with them the report about what is being sent into your field and what came up in your consciousness that needed support. And I have beautiful frequencies here of turquoise that is about tapping into the energy field of ancient wisdom and sacredness. Because of course, Healy is also, it's actually ancient wisdom, but put into a new device. We have lapis lazuli, that is about clear channels of communication. We have quartz, which is about alignment, precise alignment with higher sources of energy and inspiration. So that is a very beautiful one. We have sapphire, that promotes trust in the universe. And we have pyrite. I actually have pyrite here. You can see it. Pyrite is all about money and wealth and success. So it helps building an energetic foundation based on our highest truths. So if you'd like to see the report and see which frequencies you received this call as a gift, reach out to the person that invited you, and they will send the PDF report I have here. So we have one more review, or actually not a review, it's like an experience of one of our beloved team members, Christina. She could not join here today, but I'm proud of everyone in our community, and we all have our beautiful accomplishments. But Christina actually set up a whole country herself. So I'd love to share with you her story instead of she doing that herself. Christina joined our team like a little over a year ago, actually. And she built up a whole team in Romania. Simona, you just heard, is also from Romania. But Christina is the first one in my team that built up like a whole country for herself. So she became executive director, which is really a high rank already. It's under the three highest ranks within Healy that you can reach. And I visited her team in January, and she had a beautiful event for over 100 people, sharing the frequencies with the whole country of Romania. And she is doing really beautifully. And I know that she is really tapped into other levels of success that she never knew would be possible for her, but they are. And she really stepped up as a leader. And it's beautiful to witness this kind of success that is possible if you tap into it from the heart. So, and with this, we have come to the end of the call. Natalie, you want to add something to finish off?
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for taking your time out of your busy lives to be here, to listen to our mission, our vision, the vision of Healy, and what we as a RISE community are sharing with the world. And we really look forward to you joining us in this beautiful mission to change the world and to bring us all to the new world and to higher our consciousness. Thank you, Karina, for hosting this, and hope to see you again.
Yes, and you will know in yourself, you will know and you will feel if this is for you. And it's the time of the great gathering. Everything is coming together. Your intuition will tell you that maybe this Healy and this business and our community is something you have been calling in, even without you knowing. And if that is true, please reach out to us. And we thank you very much for your time and for whatever you do, playing your part in this age of Aquarius, in this shift of humanity. Thank you. Bye-bye.